So you guys know what's happening in Mexico right now. The whole craziness about, El Mencho and the whole nine, right? I just found out about it, so let's get into it.
Terry just killed the most wanted man in the Western Hemisphere. Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, El Mencho, the leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, the man who shot down a military helicopter with a rocket launcher, the man who tried to assassinate Mexico City's police chief, the man the U.S. government was offering $15 million to capture, dead.
I'm sorry, I got $15 million. Yeah, they want him bad. That'll make anybody snitch. I won't be one of them though. I can't do it. Yeah, snitches do get stitches.
Killed by special forces in the mountains of Jalisco. And right now, as you are watching this, 6 Mexican states are on fire. Buses burning, highways blocked, gunfights in the streets, the cartel's response to losing their leader. But here's what makes this story insane. Before El Mencho became the most powerful drug lord on the planet, he was a cop, a Mexican police officer working the same side he would later terrorize. Before that, he was an avocado farmer.
You know what's crazy? When they say villains are made, it's so true. There's a guy in Haiti right now named Barbecue. He actually was ex-police officer, and he got betrayed by his own people, by his own police department. Like they were sent on a mission. He got ambushed by bandits, most likely a setup. No one came to help him out, even though he asked for backup. The team asked for backup. No one came. It was supposed to be a slaughter. Like he was supposed to be unalived out of there that day. But he fought his way out, and since then he became a bandit.
Farmer's kid who dropped out of school in 5th grade, and before that he was guarding marijuana fields at 14 years old. This is the story of how a 5th grade dropout from one of the poorest villages in Mexico became more powerful than El Chapo, how he built a fentanyl empire responsible for hundreds of thousands of American deaths, how he evaded capture for over a decade while his entire family got locked up.
If you're gonna sell something illegal, make sure it's not hurting people, man. Just destroying families, man. That's sad.
And how it all ended today in a helicopter ride to Mexico City that he did not survive. July 17th, 1966, a village called Naranjo de Chila in Aguililla, Michoacan. If you have never heard of it, that is the point. Nobody has. It is a farming community in the mountains of western Mexico. Dirt roads, no running water, families growing avocados because that is what the land allows. The Oseguera family has nothing. Nemesio is born into a house where dropping out of elementary school is not a choice, it is survival. By 5th grade, he is done. No more classroom, time to work. He starts in the avocado fields, the same as his father, the same as everyone. But here is what is different about Michoacan. The same mountains that grow perfect avocados also grow something else, marijuana, opium poppies, and the cartels that traffic them. By 14, Nemesio is not picking avocados anymore. He is guarding marijuana plantations for the traffickers, standing watch with a rifle while older men do the harvesting.
At such a young age, he was doing all that. Things like that, they happening all over the world. Like we just don't know about it. But you do have little kids that's being basically taken advantage of, and they just got to do things that they don't even want to do, and they end up like this guy.
14 years old, armed, working for drug traffickers,
14.
But he is smart enough to see the math. The farmers stay poor, the traffickers get rich, and the only way out of those mountains is to become one of them or leave entirely. He chooses both. Sometime in the mid-1980s, Nemesio crosses the border illegally into California. He is maybe 18 or 19 years old. He speaks limited English. He has no papers, no money, no connections, but he has something else. He knows the drug trade.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He was on a mission, because think about it. With all that knowledge, and then he's going to Cali, and Cali got that stuff. So that makes sense. He's on a mission. Remember, he's trying to play both sides.
He ends up in the San Francisco Bay Area, using fake names to stay hidden. Ruben Avila, Jose Lopez Prieto, Miguel Valadez,
Wait.
Carlos Hernandez.
Wait, I saw Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana is a singer. I might like go back like after this video. Carlos Santana, isn't that the guy that made the music? Maria, Maria. Go back and watch that.
A different identity for every situation. In 1986, he is arrested in San Francisco for possession of stolen property and for carrying a loaded gun. It is the first time United States law enforcement gets his fingerprints. He gets out. He goes right back to the hustle. By the early 1990s, he has moved up, not just dealing, but distributing. He and his brother Abraham built a heroin network across Northern California, in Sacramento and the Bay Area, moving product through the Central Valley. In 1991, the DEA catches both brothers. They plead guilty in 1992. Abraham receives 10 years. Nemesio receives 5 years. Here's the thing. For most men, that is the end of the story. You do your time, you get deported, you stay in whatever village you came from. Maybe you keep dealing small time. Maybe you go straight. Nemesio does something different. He learns. After his release, United States authorities deport him back to Mexico. Standard procedure. He is just another criminal they are sending home. But something happens next that almost nobody expects. He becomes a police officer. Seriously. The guy who just spent years running heroin in California joins the police force in Jalisco.
You see the pattern, right? He's on a mission. Come on. And why would they allow him? The man did all that and now he's a police officer? Okay.
Puts on the uniform, carries the badge. Now, was he actually enforcing laws? Was he actually arresting criminals?
Yeah,
no. He was learning how police operations work, learning who's corrupt, learning which departments look the other way, learning who can be bought. It's like a SPY infiltrating an enemy organization. Except the enemy is the state, and the organization is Mexico's entire law enforcement structure. He doesn't stay a cop long. He doesn't need to. He's already seen everything he needs to see. In the early 2000s, Nemesio joins the Sinaloa Cartel. At the time, Sinaloa is a satellite organization of the Sinaloa Cartel, the empire El Chapo is building into the most powerful drug trafficking operation on earth. Sinaloa handles distribution in western Mexico, including Jalisco, Colima, and Michoacan.
And I heard he's El Chapo's successor. From what I heard or from what I've read, he is actually probably more powerful than El Chapo ever was.
Nemesio starts at the bottom, or close to it. He joins the assassin squad protecting Armando Valencia Cornelio, a drug lord they call El Maradona. Description: he is not moving drugs. He is not counting money. He is killing people. He is the guy who makes problems disappear, and he is good at it. On August 12, 2003, Mexican authorities arrest El Maradona. At the same time, a rival cartel called Los Zetas starts an armed offensive against Sinaloa in Michoacan.
And you see the pattern with the names, like El Mencho. I'm sure that stands for something. Now you have El Maradona. Come on, we all know Maradona is an old school soccer player that was just nice with the football. Knowing how gruesome the cartel are, what if he's known for that because he kicks? You see what I'm saying? Like, and then just kicks it around. I'm just saying, I don't want to make this graphic, but I'm just saying, like, the names, they stand for something.
Everything is falling apart. The Valencia family that controls Sinaloa has to flee to Jalisco, and Nemesio goes with them. But here is what he does in the chaos. He marries into the family. His wife becomes Rosalinda Gonzalez Valencia. Her brothers run Las Cuinas, the financial wing of the cartel. They are money launderers, bankers for the underworld. Nemesio just connected himself to the two things every drug lord needs: muscle and money. He has both. In Jalisco, Nemesio and the remains of the Sinaloa Cartel fall under the protection of Ignacio Coronel Villarreal. They call him Nacho Coronel. Nacho is a high-ranking Sinaloa Cartel figure, right-hand man
Here we go with the names again.
to El Chapo himself. He controls meth production across western Mexico, massive industrial labs pumping out hundreds of millions of dollars worth of product. Under Nacho, Nemesio learns the big leagues. He is no longer protecting drug lords. He is becoming one, managing operations across Jalisco and Colima, overseeing drug routes and ordering hits. But the cartel world is unstable, and in 2010, everything changes. On July 29, 2010, Mexican Marines raid a house in Zapopan, just outside Guadalajara. Nacho Coronel is inside. He resists. They kill him. The same year, Mexican authorities arrest Oscar Orlando Nava Valencia, another millennial leader. Suddenly, there is a power vacuum. The Sinaloa Cartel is distracted. The millennial cartel is collapsing. And Nemesio sees his moment. He does not try to take over Millennial. He does not try to stay loyal to Sinaloa. He starts his own cartel. From 2009 to 2010. The exact date depends on who you ask. But this is when the Jalisco New Generation Cartel is born. The founders are Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes and Eric Valencia Salazar, known as L85. The backers are Los Quines, the Gonzalez Valencia family, and his in-laws. The territory is Jalisco, the state with Mexico's second largest city, Guadalajara, home to the port of Manzanillo, the busiest port in the country, perfect for importing chemicals from China. And the strategy? Something nobody has really done before. El Mencho takes the Sinaloa Cartel's business model, efficient drug trafficking, political corruption, community outreach, and combines it with the Zeta.
Sneaky Marasuka, huh? He learns about how the police department moves. Like he learns about how it is in Cali. He learns how it is in Mexico, like at a young age. And then now he's just taking over everything. The man knew what he was doing.
Military tactics, extreme violence, paramilitary operations, attacks on the state itself. He is building a hybrid, part corporation, part terrorist organization. The name El Mencho comes from Nemesio, a nickname, a brand, something the streets can remember. Within a few years, CJNG is not just competing with the Sinaloa Cartel, it is matching them. It controls territory in more than 28 Mexican states. It has sales in all 50 American states and operations in Europe, Asia, and South America. And at the center of it all is a ghost, a man nobody can find. A man who gives no interviews, rarely gets photographed, and who moves constantly between mountain compounds. El Mencho. Early morning, the mountains of southern Jalisco. Mexican authorities have intelligence. They know El Mencho is hiding near Villa Purificacion. They launch an operation. Soldiers and federal police and 5 military helicopters. They are going to capture the most wanted man in Mexico. What they do not know is that El Mencho knows they are coming. As the helicopters approach, they spot a convoy of CJNG trucks and sport utility vehicles below, armed men everywhere. Then the cartel opens fire. Not small arms, not machine guns, rocket-propelled grenades, military-grade weapons designed to destroy tanks.
And that's what I've been saying for the longest. Listen, the cartels, they don't care who you are. They don't care if you're the army. They don't care. If you go on Instagram, you'll see some crazy stuff. Like I saw a guy, I don't even want to say it on here, man, because it might get, YouTube may not allow it, man. But just put it this way. The most gruesome things the cartel they have done it, man. That's another level of gangster.
One helicopter takes a direct hit to the rotor. It spirals, catches fire, crashes into the trees. 9 law enforcement officers die. This is the first time in the entire Mexican drug war that a criminal organization has shot down an aircraft. The first time. And El Mencho's men did it to protect him. While the military scrambles to respond, El Mencho escapes into the mountains, vanishes. And his response? He does not just disappear. The same day, CJNG sets up roadblocks across Jalisco, burns vehicles, torches gas stations, attacks government buildings, creates so much chaos that authorities cannot even focus on pursuing him.
Exactly.
The message is clear. Do not come for me again, because if you do, this is what happens. For years after that, the Mexican military does not take another serious run at him. If you want to understand why El Mencho mattered, you need to understand fentanyl. From 2013 to
Fentanyl.
2014, Mexican cartels began producing synthetic opioids, not heroin. That requires poppy fields, harvesting, processing. Synthetic opioids can be made in a lab. The precursor chemicals come from China, shipped through the port of Manzanillo. That became El Mencho's port. CJNG, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, did not just produce fentanyl. They pioneered the Mexican fentanyl industry. Industrial-scale labs spread across Jalisco and Michoacan. Chemists were trained to manufacture the drug. Supply chains reached every corner of the United States. 1 kilogram of fentanyl costs roughly $4,000 to produce. That same kilogram, cut and sold on American streets, is worth over $1 million. The profit margins are insane, and the death toll is worse. From 2015 to 2025, fentanyl overdoses killed over 500,000 Americans. More than every war the United States has fought since Vietnam combined. CJNG is not solely responsible. The Sinaloa Cartel traffics fentanyl too. Chinese suppliers manufacture the precursor chemicals, but CJNG under El
With that many casualties, you know they're coming for you, man.
Mencho is one of the 2 main pipelines flooding the United States with the deadliest drug in history. The United States government knows exactly who to blame. That is why the bounty is $15 million.
15 million.
That is why, in February 2025, President Trump's administration designated CJNG as a foreign terrorist organization.
What did I
not
say?
a cartel, a terrorist organization.
You know what that means? That means now they can, you know, boom. I don't even know what can you say on YouTube nowadays. I don't even know if I can say that word, the B word, BOMB. Yeah, you know, like once you get called that, anything can happen to you now. Now you're just like public enemy number one.
Same legal status as ISIS or Al Qaeda. From 2015 to 2026, El Mencho becomes a ghost story. The DEA puts him on their most wanted list. The U.S. State Department offers $15 million for information leading to his capture. Mexico offers another 300 million pesos. Combined bounty is over $30 million. And still, nobody can find him. The only images anyone has of El Mencho are years old, grainy photos, maybe not even him. He gives no interviews. He makes no public appearances. He does not post on social media. What he does do is release audio recordings, expletive-filled rants threatening rivals and officials. His voice, disembodied, promising violence to anyone who crosses him. Rumors spread constantly. He is dead from kidney disease. He has had surgery to change his appearance. He is living in Guatemala. He is living in the mountains of Malcahuacan. None of it can be confirmed, because here is how he stays hidden. His inner security circle is made up of former Mexican military commandos, men with special forces training paid cartel money to protect one person. His second security circle includes 120 men whose only job is to set up ambushes against anyone trying to get close. He moves between mountain compounds. He never stays anywhere long. He uses encrypted communications. He trusts almost no one. Meanwhile, his cartel keeps growing. While El Mencho hides, his family runs the operation. His son, Ruben Oseguera Gonzalez, known as El Menchito, is second in command. He was born in San Francisco in 1990, which makes him a United States citizen. He has been groomed for leadership since he was 14 years old. El Menchito is the enforcer. Court
14.
documents say he ordered at least 100 killings. He personally shot 2 people. He directed the purchase of weapons including 50 caliber rifles and 40 millimeter grenades. When Mexican authorities arrested him in Mexico in 2014, they released him for lack of evidence. They arrested him again and released him again. He was arrested a 3rd time and released a 3rd time. Mexican judges kept letting him go.
That was not El Menchito. That was a blackie like myself.
Some people suspected corruption, others thought the evidence was genuinely weak. Either way, El Menchito kept walking free until 2015, when they finally held him. In February 2020, they extradited him to the United States. His sister, Jessica Johanna, known as La Negra, was in Washington, D.C. at the time, trying to see her brother at his court appearance. Federal agents arrested her as well. She faced charges of financial crimes supporting CJNG. So now El Mencho's son and daughter are both in United States custody. His wife, Rosalinda, known as La Jefa, was arrested in Mexico in November 2021. Authorities say she managed the CJNG finances, running the cartel's money. His brother Antonio, known as El Tony Montana, was arrested in December 2022. His brother Abraham, known as Don Rodo, was arrested in February 2025. His son-in-law, Cristian Fernando Gutierrez Ochoa, known as El Gaucho, faked his own death, moved to California under a false identity, and was caught in November 2024.
That picture looks
One
fake.
by one, everyone around El Mencho gets taken down. His entire family, his entire inner circle, and still, he stays free. El Menchito's trial ends in Washington, D.C. The charges: conspiracy to distribute methamphetamine, cocaine, and fentanyl. Weapons charges, murder conspiracy. The verdict: guilty on all counts. The sentence: life in prison plus 30 years.
What?
The forfeiture order: $6 billion.
Okay, I get what that means, but it just like when you hear it, you're like, how does that make sense? If you have life, then how do you add 30 more years to that?
$6 billion. That's how much money the U.S. government says El Menchito made trafficking drugs. That's how much they are seizing. His lawyer argues the sentence is excessive. Everything happened in Mexico, he says. This should have been tried in Mexico, but fentanyl deaths happen in America. American addicts, American families, American juries, life plus 30 years, no parole. El Mencho has now lost his son forever. His daughter served 2.5 years. His wife was just released a few weeks ago. His brothers are in custody. His son-in-law is serving 11
The
years.
whole family
The man
is
who
gone.
ruled an empire is now essentially alone. We need to go back for a moment. 6:30 in the morning, Mexico City.
And that's what happens, man. You're doing evil, and now you're dragging your own family in it. I'm sure they probably thought it was a good life, and then they joined in. I don't know. I guess, those type of things we can find out. I'm a good investigator, by the way. If you guys want me to dive into that, I actually could. Uh, but yeah, you drag your family into this thing. Now they just disappearing one by one.
One of the wealthiest neighborhoods in the capital, Lomas de Chapultepec. Omar Garcia Harfuch, the head of Mexico City Police, is driving to his daily security briefing. A black SUV bodyguards, routine morning. Then armed men block the road. There are maybe a dozen of them. They open fire with 50 caliber machine guns, rifles, grenades. Hundreds of rounds pepper the police chief's vehicle. Garcia Harfuch takes 3 bullets. His 2 bodyguards are killed. A woman delivering food who happened to be driving by was
The
killed. Garcia
innocent bystanders
Harfuch
too.
survives. From his hospital bed, he tweeted, "We were cowardly attacked by CJNG. This is unprecedented. The cartels have killed plenty of local officials, state politicians, small-town mayors, but attacking the police chief of Mexico City in the heart of the capital? That's a declaration of war. El Mencho ordered the hit." Now fast forward to February 22nd, 2026. Today, Omar Garcia Harfuch is now Mexico's Federal Secretary of Security, the top law enforcement official in the country, and he just helped oversee the operation that killed El Mencho. 6 years later, the man El Mencho tried to assassinate is the man who signed off on his death.
Karma, man. You see how it played out? He really wanted your head, man.
Early morning, the mountains around Tapalpa, Jalisco. Mexican Army Special Forces launch an operation. Air Force helicopters, National Guard units, intelligence from the National Intelligence Center, and according to the Mexican government, complimentary information from United States authorities.
Of course.
American intelligence helps track El Mencho's location. The Special Forces find a CJNG compound, armed men, vehicles, weapons. They move in. The cartel opens fire, just like 2015, except this time, they do not have enough warning. This time, the military does not retreat. 4 cartel members are killed at the scene. 3 more are seriously wounded, including El Mencho himself, He takes multiple gunshot wounds. They load him into a helicopter for evacuation to Mexico City. He dies during the flight. Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, age 59 or 60 depending on the source, the most wanted man in Mexico, the leader of the most violent cartel on earth, dead. Within hours, Mexico is burning. CJNG's response is immediate and massive. Roadblocks appear across 6 states.
The crazy thing is, once something like this happens, you unalive the boss. There's usually like a lot of fighting amongst themselves to see who's gonna become the next boss, and it's just a whole new drama all over again.
Jalisco, Michoacan, Colima, Tamaulipas, Guanajuato, and Aguascalientes. Buses are set on fire, trucks are torched in the middle of highways.
Just over one
Pharmacies and convenience stores burn in Guanajuato. Shootouts are reported across multiple cities. In Guadalajara, gunfire is heard near the airport. Passengers panic. Videos show people running across tarmacs, trying to reach cover. In Puerto Vallarta, the resort town where American tourists go for vacation, plumes of smoke rise over the city. Air Canada suspends all flights. Jalisco's governor activates a code red. Public transportation is suspended. Citizens are ordered to shelter in place. The U.S. State Department issues advisories telling Americans in Jalisco, Michoacan, and Tamaulipas to stay indoors. This is the cartel's signature move, the same playbook from 2015. Chaos, destruction, fear. You killed our leader, so we burned the country.
And they did that for El Chapo, if I'm not mistaken. They did that for him too. I didn't even know it was that bad. Man, they took over the country basically.
The question now is whether it works. Experts have been warning about this moment for years. The kingpin strategy, targeting cartel leadership, has a mixed record. When El Chapo got captured, the Sinaloa Cartel fractured into warring factions. Violence increased, not decreased. When Ociel Cardenas Guillen, the head of the Gulf Cartel, got arrested, his enforcers, the Zetas, split off and became their own cartel, one of the most brutal organizations Mexico has ever seen. Every time you kill a Hydra head, 2 more grow back. El Mencho's death does not mean CJNG disappears. It means CJNG's lieutenants start fighting over succession. It means rival cartels see an opportunity to take territory. It means more violence, not less. Fentanyl keeps flowing. The labs keep producing. The precursor chemicals keep arriving from China. Nothing stops. Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, has criticized the kingpin strategy. She has said targeting leaders just creates power vacuums and more killing. But she's also under immense pressure from Washington. President Trump has threatened tariffs, military intervention, and the designation of cartels as terrorist organizations. She needed a win, and El Mencho's death is, at least on paper, the biggest win Mexico could deliver. Let's count the bodies. El Mencho's
America wanna intervene everywhere, man. America's not playing. Now you see what's happening in South Africa, man. You know, America shows up and hey man, you wanna train your soldiers? Yeah, let's train them. But there's something else happening. Yeah, that's a long story.
Estimated death toll from drug trafficking, hundreds of thousands. The fentanyl epidemic alone has killed over 500,000 Americans since 2015. He wasn't solely responsible, but CJNG was a primary supplier. Police killed by CJNG dozens. At least 24 in one 6-week period in 2015 alone, 9 in the helicopter shootdown. Politicians assassinated under El Mencho's orders remain unknown. But CJNG is linked to killings of mayors, judges, and government officials across western Mexico. His own people killed, countless. Cartel justice is brutal. Beheadings, dismemberments, bodies left on highways as warnings. El Mencho didn't just sell drugs, he sold terror. He sold the idea that no one, not the police, not the military, not the government, could touch him. For 11 years, he was right, then he wasn't. Here's what I can't stop thinking about. In 1966, a boy is born in an avocado village so poor, most people have never heard of it. By 5th grade, he's done with school, By 14, he's guarding marijuana fields. By 20, he's running heroin in California. By 30, he's been to prison and back. By 40, he's a cartel assassin. By 50, he's the most powerful drug lord on earth. By 60, he's dead in a helicopter, bleeding out while special forces fly him to Mexico City. 50 million people have watched Netflix documentaries about El Chapo. Books have been written, movies made. El Chapo became a celebrity suit. El Mencho never wanted that. He stayed invisible on purpose, no interviews, no photos, no fame. But his impact might be greater than El Chapo's ever was. The fentanyl, the violence.
All right, folks. That's the video. And I do want to thank you for stopping by and watching this with me. But this is crazy. And you see the pattern, like, from a young age. And then, as he got older, he started learning how to move around, learning things about the police. Went to Cali, spent some time there, went to prison, came back out, went back to Mexico. It's a pattern, but, he's while he's doing all that with age, with age comes wisdom. I'm not saying like he used us with that wisdom for good, but he just used it to build an empire. That's how it is. That's the cartel way, man. Thank you again, like for stopping by. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys next time.